People keep asking me what I think about this whole Wizard Liz and London situation, and all I have to say is that men study you before they approach you. When you're online promoting yourself as a woman with standards, he already knows who he needs to pretend to be. Oh, you're into religion and manifestation? He'll tell you that he is too. And yes, men do this in real life as well. Before they even say a word to you, they're watching you, trying to figure out what kind of a girl you are, what you like, if you're single, and what kind of approach would actually impress you. Men also know who they are. They know if they're addicts, if they're cheaters, but instead of fixing themselves, they just pretend to be against all these things that they're actually doing. And once you fall in love, that's when the excuses start. I wasn't like this before you, when really he was. He just needed you in love enough to tolerate his behavior. And this is why knowing who his exes were is so important. Because even his ex came out, I'll put up the video, where she said that he did the exact same thing to her. He love bombed her, bought her flowers, wrote songs for her, wrote a book for her, and behind her back, London was cheating on her. She even had a miscarriage.
I took him back. I ended up getting pregnant by him. I had my miscarriage. He wrote me a love letter. He wrote me a book. He wrote me a song. He came to my house with thousands of flowers.
He did the exact same moves that he did on his ex on Wizard Liz. This is exactly why I don't put my face in my videos. Any guy who sees me would know what I want and just mirror it. When men don't know what you're looking for, it's way easier to see who they actually are. And I see comments talking about how London was some mastermind. This kid's a loser. This guy's nothing. There's nothing smart about him. He mirrored her like every other man does. He got her pregnant and it wasn't by accident. A lot of women seem to not know this, but men know when they finished inside or not. There's no such thing as he finished inside by accident. They know exactly when to pull out if they don't want you pregnant. The reason they get you pregnant by accident is either to trap you or because they were selfish and wanted that extra pleasure when they finish inside of you. And people keep DMing me and saying, why did he get her pregnant and then cheat? This is clearly something he does with every ex. I mean, the ex already came out and said he did the exact same thing to her. So this is just who he is. And two, because he was horny. He thought she wouldn't catch him. There's no deep meaning behind it. He just generally thought he'd get away with it. Now, because of what happened to her, everyone's screaming, all men cheat. Nobody's safe. Men who are actually confident within themselves don't feel the need to cheat. The ones who do, they're usually the ones with no real options. So to make themselves feel better, they go out of their way to try and cheat. Most of the time they get rejected anyway. Or they cheat the second an opportunity shows up. And obviously I don't know this couple personally. I've seen maybe 1 or 2 videos. But based off their videos, okay, he found her at the airport while she had a corona mask, glasses, and a hat. Yet he still recognized her. I found that weird. He told her he's in love with her the same day. I also found that weird. And in the videos, both her and him are saying it's something to do with their energy and manifestations. Weird.
I'm posting so much in Europe. I'm on my dream vacation. We went to 20 countries. This massive group of us. We're having so much fun. I get to Ibiza. He's in Ibiza. And he's with Ibiza. I've never seen these people in my life. I don't even remember seeing the girls. I just remember seeing him. He stalks me in Ibiza.
And I'm having a hard time understanding, based off the videos and what she preaches, why she let him get her pregnant so fast. I can see why he got her pregnant on purpose. And the thing that sucks is that they're not even married. For someone who preaches the messages she does, people online are going to judge you like crazy. To be pregnant before marriage is not a good look. I don't care if she got a 100K ring or married him the religious way. This guy clearly doesn't take Islam seriously. She mentioned that they married the religious way, but while he was cheating on her, he was telling the other girl, actually, no, the marriage is fake. We didn't actually get married. And sadly, regardless of how religious you are, he is right. To a man, a real marriage is when the contract is signed and the government gets involved. And ladies, depends on like where you live. Obviously, I don't know the laws in every country, but usually this contract is what protects you from this kind of behavior. In my country, the wife would get an insane amount of money for what London did to her. But if you're pregnant without that contract, you get nothing. Imagine a pregnant woman finding this out about her future father, husband, and ending up with nothing but stress. Do you even understand how dangerous that is for Liz and her baby? The emotions she's dealing with could literally cause death to the child. And something that's really important for us to remember, that just because Liz has videos where she looks like she's powerful, can fall from a man's trap type of woman, love can make you blind. And this is why you should never glorify any woman. It's easy to talk and say all the right things things online, but living up to it, that's the hard part. And most women don't live up to what they preach. In my opinion, and I apologize if this is going to be offensive, I don't even think that it was love that she fell for. For me, I think that she fell for the money, for the lifestyle he provided, for the gifts. I think that a lot of women see someone who gives you so much and is willing to start writing notes for you for hours and books and stuff. They see that as, oh, he must really, really love me. But a lot of times, especially when it's so soon and it's so quick and he gives you this and gives you that, and it's love bombing. Especially when money doesn't mean anything to this guy. And London clearly has money, so it's nothing to him. I think that this is what really made her blinded to who he really is. And honestly, I wish Liz never told anyone she was pregnant, because now people will shove their opinions down her throat, and if she gets rid of the child, she'll potentially get cancelled. Pregnancy is the biggest trap a woman can walk into. If he cheats, disappears, or leaves you to raise a baby alone, there's proof that you accepted that behavior. That baby is your receipt. Us women need to stop continuing bloodlines of men who are no good and not safe to be around. This is how we create better offsprings in the future. People like London who carry bad genes need to die off. Because during pregnancy, women are weak and vulnerable. Some men use that to their advantage. They start treating you badly when you need them the most, and because you're pregnant, you forgive them, you rely on them. They want you pregnant so they can keep a connection. Now you've got visits, messages, co-parenting. He's stuck to you forever. It's way easier to get rid of a boyfriend or even a husband than it is to get rid of a man who trapped you with a baby. A baby is what keeps you stuck. It slows you down, and if you were planning to walk away, now you're second guessing it. Now you've got to think about doctor visits, money, child support, who's gonna watch the baby, how to co-parent. They know exactly what they're doing. Being financially stable, sure, it helps you walk away, but you're still going to have to co-parent. So did you really walk away? Because he's still gonna have to be in your life. You're going to be seeing him almost every day. You're going to see messages from him almost every day. And the sad part, a woman will always be blamed. They'll say, you should have known better. They'll say, he's the father, you have to keep the peace. Meanwhile, he's out there living his life with no accountability. Men know that if they baby trap you, some of your dreams will have to go on pause. Your body changes, your career slows down, you're exhausted, your focus shifts from your goals to survival. And he gets to walk around like nothing happened. You're the one left dealing with the consequences. I feel like she doesn't want to go back to him because of what she preaches. I feel like if she wasn't on the internet, she would try to give him another chance. Regardless if she gives him a chance or not, this man is always going to be a cheater. He's going to cheat on her. He's going to cheat on the next girl. He's probably just going to be a little more sneaky. But the guy is a cheater. There's no point of forgiving him. He's definitely not going to magically change and become a good partner or a father just because there's a baby involved. And ladies, I really need to stress about why it's so bad to be baby trapped, because now you can't move cities without letting him know. Now you can't even travel without checking custody agreements. Now you have to hear his voice for the next 18 plus years. London literally bought a ticket to every chapter of Liz's life without having to commit to being a real partner. Let's not forget that we don't know who London will be when this child gets involved, because he doesn't have past experience with children. Some men will weaponize the child. They'll threaten to take the baby. They'll say you're unstable. And FYI, there's proof that he says that, because with his ex, he would try to convince her that she's bipolar.
And we went to therapy. He found a therapist that specialized in BPD. He told me that I had BPD, and she looked at me, she's like, girl, you do not have BPD. You're too self-aware. You're too empathetic.
These men will lie in court. They'll fight for rights they never earned just to hurt you. And when you try to move on, they'll use the baby to stay relevant in your life. They don't want you, but they don't want anyone else to have you either. So now every time you try to heal, every time you try to be happy with someone new, there he is, starting drama, messing with visitations, pretending to care when really he just wants to ruin your peace. That's why I always say, don't fall for the charm. Pay attention to his mindset, not his mouth. Watch how he treats other women. Know his past. Know his family. Watch how he acts when things don't go his way. Did he do something in his previous relationship that you see as cheating? Watch how fast he tries to get you pregnant. Once it happens, it's your life that flips upside down, not his. No real man on this planet Earth wants to bring a child into a situation that isn't stable, healthy, and planned. If he's talking about having babies before he's even shown you that he can lead, provide, and protect, and that he actually will give you that marriage contract, he's not dreaming of a family. He's dreaming of control. A lot of them will also baby trap you because you've got the job, the mindset, the future, the home training. You're the one who's going to hold it down when that man falls off. They know that you won't abandon that kid. Sister Liz has status, ambition, beauty, and she has a name that's starting to grow. If you're out here making something of yourself, they want a way to be tied to your journey. Now they're the father. They're going to be known as the father of your child. They get to say they had you even if they lost you. London knows that she wasn't going to stay with him for long. He knew that she was outgrowing him. So he created the one thing that would guarantee she'd never fully disappear, that baby. If she actually ends up leaving London, every man after him has to deal with his mess. She wants peace, but now she has baby daddy drama. She wants a date, but now she's juggling co-parenting and emotional healing. She wants to be chosen, but now she's going to be scared of being used again. So what can we learn from this? When you post a man on social media, bragging, be prepared for him to embarrass you. All men are embarrassing. Some cheat, some say or do things you won't like. In the end, men are embarrassing. 2. Go through his phone. People claim you will always find something you don't like, but I haven't yet. So if you guys know what to look for on an Android, let me know. But when I got into a relationship, I checked his phone. Before I got engaged, I checked his phone. Before we got married, I checked his phone. And before I ever get pregnant, which will be planned, I'm checking that phone again and again. Some women choose to be blind. I'm not one of them. I want to know exactly who I'm with. I want to know exactly the treatment you deserve.
I took him back when he got back, and I went through his phone. And he had no photos, he had no videos, he had no text messages, and I thought that was weird. And then there was a group chat. And there was a group chat, and there was an emoji, like a wife emoji next to this girl's name. And I was like, you're with her.
3rd, just because you give an ugly nerd a chance does not mean he will appreciate it. As I've mentioned, men that are insecure with no options are usually the ones to cheat. 4. Landon begged Liz to move in with him, told her he loves her the same day they met in person, converted to Islam for her, but clearly he doesn't believe in the religion or know anything about it, got her pregnant fast, didn't give her legal marriage. This is an obvious love bombing tactic to make her think she found Prince Charming. 5. He finds girls with a bad past, convinces them to open up, makes them feel seen, heard, understood, and then uses it against them.
I was physically abused by this man. I was mentally abused by this man. He took my past trauma and made me feel so safe and heard and understood.
His ex even said it. She said London was physically abusive. Let's not forget Liz also had a dad who was physically abusive, which makes sense why London targeted her. He knew exactly how to make her feel like he's on her side. 6. One of London's exes mentioned that they met at a club. She was a bottle girl. A guy who dates a bottle girl is already a red flag. He convinced her to quit her job because he doesn't want to date a girl who goes to clubs. Meanwhile, he was still going to clubs, flirting with girls, and they were in a relationship. This guy wanted to control, and he got it. What makes you think that he won't do the same to Liz and use the child against her? 7. His other ex, he said that he found her on Instagram through the Explore page and messaged her the same way he claimed to find Liz. This guy clearly uses the internet to find women, date them, and then cheat on them with more women from the internet.
She said, how did you meet? Quick answer, I met her on Instagram actually. I went to search something on Instagram, and before I could even search what I was looking for, I saw her picture. It was just on the Explore page, the very first thing. I click a picture and I
Be careful of men with wandering eyes. Every man I met online, outside, at a bar, I scammed them. Never took them seriously because I don't have mutuals that can tell me who you really are. And I've mentioned this many times, even I met my husband through a good friend that I've known for years, and he's her family member. Those are the safest kind of people to marry. You know the good, you know the bad, you know everything about his history. You meet his family, you meet their family, you see the kind of family that he comes from. Anyways, that's my 2 cents on this whole topic. The red flags were there. It was right in front of her face. The tools were there to catch him. It's just crazy how one person can completely change your image, completely ruin your reputation and your life. I hope she only comes out of it stronger. And that's it. I just feel really sad for her situation. I don't wish that even on my worst enemy. So I'm staying up to date with the drama as I'm making this video. FYI, I made the video yesterday and ending my opinion today. Liz is claiming the ex posted in this video is spreading fake stories and that she's also afraid London will unalive himself with all the hate he's getting. Personally, I believe the ex. The way Liz is handling the whole situation feels off to me now. You see a girl is shaking while telling her story on TikTok, showing receipts. Wouldn't you at least reach out and ask to have a conversation, even just a phone call? Liz mentioned that her friend was commenting on the ex's ex's video and saying that she never reached out to Liz, but why are you sending your friend? There's no proof also that the comments of your friend are getting deleted. So why don't you just comment yourself? Why don't you make a story on your Instagram yourself and tag the girl and say that you want to have a conversation? You would easily get a conversation out of it. I will also put up her story and what she said on this video, but me personally, I would never post a story saying the girl's lying and that she's never messaged me and that it's a problem between her and London. I would update my story saying I've seen the ex's video, I'm in contact with both her and London, and I'm looking into it. Her story is just causing people to go against the ex, and I can't understand why she chose to write it the way she did. She mentioned in her story that it seems that his ex is making fun of her accent, and everyone was jumping on this sentence. Like, everyone got mad at the ex about this sentence. But what's wrong with having a Middle Eastern accent? They have the most beautiful voices. Saying something like this only further directs hatred towards the ex for no reason. I think the ex deserves a chance to talk to Liz and show her side, show her receipts. I feel like Liz is blinded and getting manipulated by London. The moment a man hides conversations and cheats on you, everything he says is a lie. It's sad how someone like him pinned two girls against each other, and now Liz is asking people to stop the hate. But guys, I completely understand how she feels right now, and obviously she doesn't want people talking about it. She doesn't want people to go after London, but you exposed your cheating man, and you should know how the internet works. We all know how the internet works, especially when you have the fame she has. If you don't want people talking, you keep your business private. Liz's stories give me the vibe that she's indirectly coming for Abby, so her fans turn the hate towards Abby and forget about London. And as I'm reading the comments, people keep asking why the ex is coming out now, but it's the same thing as when a man essays a girl, and finally one woman stands up and takes him to court. Don't we always see other women get the courage to come forward too? And listen, I'm open to the fact that maybe the ex fooled me too, but I still believe she deserves a chance. Now, to end this video, I know that she's changed her mind, and that now instead of people talking about the situation, she prefers to move on, she prefers people to be quiet, she prefers people not to come after London, and she prefers exes not to come out. But as mentioned, this is not how the internet works, unfortunately. It's hard for people not to talk about it, especially when you're someone who preaches the things you preach. I'm just sad that she posted a story about the ex and made her seem in a way that she's a liar, because now people are coming after, you know, the ex. And for what? Like, Liz also doesn't come with receipts. The ex actually showed receipts on her videos. Liz is just saying, yeah, this girl's a liar. I never called on caller ID. She blocked me. Why are you coming after her like that? You're not showing any receipts. You're not showing that you can't find anything. You're not showing that you're being blocked. You know, she just says it and everyone just blindly believes it. Meanwhile, the ex, on the other hand, the opposite. Like, she's trying to show proof every single time that this did happen to her, that she did send a message on Instagram, that Liz was never blocked, you know? Like, I don't understand what's going on. I don't understand why Liz chose to make a story about the ex and make her seem like she's a liar. Why not just keep it civil and say, I'm looking into it, I'm speaking to both of them, and request for some privacy? Yes, people will still message and people will still want to know the tea because she's famous, but eventually people will forget about it and then she can easily move on. When you're going on stories and posting that the ex is a liar, you're just creating more heat, you're creating more drama. For what?
And it broke me. Like, it broke me to be pregnant. It broke me to go through that. It broke me to feel what my mom felt. Like, it broke me. She told me that those butterflies in your stomach that you get with a man is just your nervous system saying, stop, please stop.
I don't want my children to have a father figure that wasn't consistent or that wasn't good to me. I saw that growing up and that completely destroyed me. I want to create a family where love is something that they know. Where they know that, oh, my parents love each other, my parents love us. I don't want them to go through the same struggles as me.